Some of y'all could be afraid to speak your truth because you may not feel super supported, and you're scared for like what comes next after speaking your truth. You're scared of being ostracized. We have fork in the road in reverse when I split the deck, fork in the road in reverse, and the fates. Like, you're scared of what comes next. You're scared of Hello and welcome back to another video with Soulful Soothe, where you can come to soothe the soul. So I just cleansed my hands and a little bit of the table with this rue water. It is a spiritual cologne that you can use for cleaning, for protection. Rue is mostly put in, like, you know, work for protection. And I just felt called to use it for this reading specifically. But without further ado, let's go ahead and pray and get into this reading. I don't think I said it already, but this reading will be on Gemini season. Like, what is the focus of the season? What we'll be working through, what we can expect, all of that. Let's just see what Spirit has to say. But again, first, let's pray. Dear Divine, thank you so much for allowing me to share time, energy, and space with the collective. Thank you for the messages and the downloads that you give me to share with your people. I pray that you would silence my own internal voice, that your voice is the only voice that is heard through these messages. If there's a specific way that you want me to say things, I want you to give me the words so that I'm not tripping and stumbling and confusing folk. I thank you that the message is falling on good ground, that people are receptive to the things that they need to do, the changes that they need to make in order to live the best lives possible. I thank you for keeping us under your protective wing during this time, and I'm so excited to see what message you have for the people. So with so much love in our hearts, clarity in our minds, and gratitude on our lips, we say thank you. All right, let me throw this so she can stop. Okay, well, when I began to pray, I did a very long exhale, and I was getting that for some of you, it's time to speak your truth. It's time for you to share your story with people. I think that was one of the messages, like one of the smaller messages from Taurus season focus. I'm gonna put the card up there. You can go check it out if you missed that video, if you feel called to. So me hitting the piano key, which I never, literally never do when I'm throwing the toy for her. And it making that sound, it triggered that memory, because I was just gonna like let that fall to the wayside and like keep going with the reading, right? But no, not the light went out. Yeah, I feel like that's another like further confirmation, like the light going out. Like some of you getting a couple messages. Let me turn my flash on and see if that helps. Okay. One monkey, excuse me, don't stop a show. So a couple things with the light going out. I'm getting that some of y'all could be afraid to speak your truth because you may not feel super supported, and you're scared for like what comes next after speaking your truth. You're scared of being ostracized. We have fork in the road in reverse when I split the deck, fork in the road in reverse, and the fates. Like, you're scared of what comes next. You're scared of like the fallout. But mostly that fear is coming from like being ostracized by people that you once felt supported by. That's a lot. With it being Gemini season, it's really drawing me to the fact that it is an air sign. So there's something about awareness, something that Spirit wants to reveal to you in this season. Perhaps that's like you finding out the true colors of people that may be around you, or you finally accepting the fact that like, wow, I don't really have a support system. I just have a cult around me, like people who only accept me if I have the same views, values, beliefs as them. If they're not exactly the same, then they're not gonna fuck with me anymore. And that's where that fear is coming from. Spirit, 2 more cards, please. Okay, I asked for 2 more cards and I got 3 more cards. So the first card that we have is Orphaned in reverse. So literally, what did I just get done saying? Like, some of y'all are afraid of being ostracized once you speak your truth. Like, you're afraid to speak up and say, like, you know, I don't really believe the same thing as you about this situation, or I don't think such and such that you did or said was right. I think this would have been a better response. Literally apply this however it's coming, but you're essentially just afraid of being abandoned, and you're afraid of being ostracized for your truth. No place like home in reverse. Like, sometimes I get like so amazed at like how Spirit will give me the download, Spirit will give me the tea, and the cards just paint the picture, honey. A leg up in TikTok. A leg up in TikTok. Wow. Okay. So this is giving like the ship is turning around. So let's see. Orphaned is number 5. This is giving me 5 of Cups. No place like home. This is number 50. So 5s can speak to hardship, can speak to challenge, can speak to obstacles. The last 2 cards in the 3rd section of this reading start with the number 3. 30 and 34. 3 and 0 is 3. 3 and 4 is 7. 7 is associated with luck, divinity specifically. Okay, so for some of you, the support is right around the corner. Like, they're literally just waiting for you to stand in your power. The guides, your spirit team, your true spirit family, like, everybody's just waiting on you to make the move. Waiting on you to make the move, take the leap, take the trip for some of you, especially with no place like home in reverse next to TikTok. And the imagery on the TikTok card, I'll show you in a second. It's like a air balloon on top of this clock. So there's this element of like travel and time. For some of you, this is like, wow, I can't believe how the time has passed, like years later. Like, you look up and you're like, I can't believe that I spent so much time with these people that don't give a damn about me, who don't have the same values, beliefs, upbringing, just very uncouth folk. I can't believe I spent so much time with these people. Like, that's what it's giving. I'm also being called to let you know, like, not to beat yourself up for spending so much time in places that you know, places, spaces, and with people that you know don't have your best interests at heart, or just aren't fully in alignment with where you want to go, what you want to do, who you want to be. Because at the end of the day, everything that we do is, all of our actions come from a space of self-actualization, meaning any actions that we take, even if they feel like and appear to be on the surface selfless, it's actually selfish. Because, and I'm not saying selfish in like a derogatory way, I mean it in the sense that like everything that we do comes from this space of like either like serving the self, either soothing or protecting or pleasuring. All of it goes back to the self. So even if you are driving down the street and you see a homeless person at the stop sign and you decide to give them $20 or whatever, like, yes, I believe in altruism and like people doing things just because people are inherently good. But I also believe that we become generous when we feel fulfilled within ourselves. And then we a lot of times we'll say like, oh well, you know, when I give to somebody else, or I help somebody do this, or I help sister so and so, or I, you know, help the neighbor. Like the help that we give out is only a reflection of how we feel and see our own internal landscape. Like, yes, it helps the other person, but it makes us feel good about ourselves too. So me going off on that tangent makes me believe that this is also a lesson for you in this season about like over giving and over serving to other people, and learning how to shift the focus back on self so that you are happy, you are fulfilled, and so that you can give your purpose and be operating in your purpose without resentment. That's a word. So let's see what we have on the board with the tarot. So yeah, King of Swords and Seven of Wands. So King and Seven, I'm gonna take that as 8. So 8 of Swords and 8 of Wands. Like I said, like Spirit is revealing a truth. Eight of Swords, revealing a truth to you in this season. Whether that's about the self, your mentality, your internal landscape, or about the people around you and how they're no longer serving of you. 7 of Wands, 8 of Wands. Like I said, there's this element of time. So you're either quantum leaping, like you're growing leaps and bounds, and that's why you're feeling the discomfort. I think I spoke about this in the Aries reading. I'll link that below if you want to watch that reading. But there's this element of like you superseding the people around you, and not from this place of like, oh, I'm up here and they're down here. It's like the revelations that Spirit is giving to you are only for you. And in this season, it's very much giving like you needing to be separate from those people from your past or from your comfort zone, needing to be separated from them. And as I look down and say that, I do see the Star card. So lots of healing energy, right? But you needing to be separate from them, and you needing to be very tender about who you allow into your space. 7 of Wands comes after the 6 of Wands. So this is after a lot of success, accolades, like literally being in the public eye, and like lots of people having access to you. Now it's time for you to go into this masculine swords energy, being very discerning about who's around you, who has access to you, and just shutting shit down, right? Yeah, Page of Swords in reverse. The things that you've seen, you can't unsee. The places that you've been, you can't unbe or ungo. Who you are becoming, you can't unbecome. Like this is definitely giving like past the point of no return. We do have Knight of Cups. So yeah, Page of Swords in reverse next to the Knight of Cups. Putting these two in conversation with each other, it's very much like graduation energy, which is interesting because all air signs are associated with like being of the intellect, intelligent learning, being of the world. Air signs are also about this quick moving energy. With Gemini specifically, I don't know why this is coming in, but when it comes to like love and romance, if you can't keep them intellectually stimulated, if you can't keep them on their toes when it comes to excitement and spontaneity, Gemini is gone, okay? Like out the door, because like, what are you good for? If you can't, what do they say? Variety is the spice of life. If we're just sitting around doing the same damn thing year after year, day after day, month after month, week after week, I don't want to be there. That's what Gemini energy is saying. And so Knight of Cups here is asking for your heart and your mind to expand and be able to receive the information that Spirit is saying about these people and about you internally. But also with it being a Knight, it's asking you to take action. So you might want to, or feel this urge to like close yourself off once you remove yourself from this group of these groups of people But Spirit is saying, like, keep your heart open, because just around the corner, once you leave this home, this place that you once found a lot of comfort in, you will receive the love that you desire, or the healing, rather, the star card, Aquarius energy yet again. So yeah, this is really interesting that we have all this air energy on the board, with it being a Gemini specific reading for Gemini season. But I think that this is very interesting with this Aquarius energy, because it's often associated with like going out into the community and accepting yourself within community. And this message kind of sounds a little opposite of that, because I'm telling you that Spirit is calling you out of community, but to put you in a better community, if that makes sense. So it's literally like, I was given the numbers 8 and 3. So it's like being removed from a group of 8 and being put in a group of 3. And from the outside, it looks like a downgrade because it's less numbers wise, but Spirit wants you to be able to recognize quality over quantity. That's the message for this season, is quality over quantity. I really like this energy overall. It feels like upgrade energy. I'm hearing Beyonce's Let Me Upgrade You. For some of you, this will be a partner, like a romantic partner that comes in to give you, or not give you this upgrade, but like help usher this upgrade in. Oopity scoopity. We have 7 of Swords, we have the Hanged Man, and we have 9 of Wands in reverse. Ooh, this is about seeing something. Seven of Swords and 9 of Wands in reverse is very tricky energy. And not the good kind of trick. It's very much so deceit-y, betrayal-y, a sense of like not having all of the details. But with the Hanged Man here, this lets me know like you are looking at someone, some people. That's what it is. Once Spirit reveals to you in meditation, contemplation, micro isolation, who these people are, it's like even if you tried to hate them, you couldn't, because you understand them and you're looking at them from this different perspective. So the Hanged Man, he's upside down, he looks like he's bound, but this card is really just about perspective and like divine guidance, divine messages flowing. Notice how in the card, like around his head, there's like all of this glow. Like that's Spirit giving you downloads, giving you tea on these people and like why they behave the way that they do. And so, you know, other people may look at the situation and be like, bro, if they ever did that to me, like I would never, you know, I would get revenge this and that kind of way. Like I would do such and such to them. And you're just like, not too much on them. Like we may not rock with each other no more, but you know, I'm loyal. This is where my heart is. And, you know, I may not fuck with them no more, but I'm also not going to let you talk shit because my loyalty lies there. Spirit, anything else? Okay. Yeah. King of Pentacles, the ultimate of loyalty, the ultimate picture of loyalty. Yeah, we have 2 kings out here. I didn't kind of want to say it, but I definitely see you having possibly 2 suitors to choose from during this season. For some of you, this is about, ooh, this is kind of tricky. No place like home. You see how this card, this house is like on one of those like garden sticks. I'm gonna hold it up again, sorry. It's like on one of those garden sticks, right? And it's not the sturdiest. All this pink and purple is giving me Pisces energy. So some of you, when it comes to love, you've been slightly slightly delusional about your situation romantically. And so you're put in between a rock and a hard place of like feeling the need to choose between two lovers or like two paths. So for some of you, it could literally be like two men or two women or two people, whatever. For others of you, it's like, I don't have anybody else in mind to be with. I just know that I can't be here anymore. And for some of you, you are afraid of like abandoning this person. But overall, I see it all working out. I see Spirit revealing intel to you during this season for sure. And just you seeing things from a different perspective, especially between like the King of Pentacles and this Hangman energy. Like, I'm just really focused on the gaze of both. Like, both of them are just like looking very contemplatively. And these people over here, like, they looking worried. And that's what it is. Like, they worry because they know they shady. They know they ain't shit. They know the things that they do and the way that they prey on people, the way that they intentionally and maliciously hurt people, talk about them, put their business out in the street. They know that the shit that they do is wrong. So that's why they're looking the way they're looking, right? But yeah, that's tea. That's what I see for Gemini season. If this message resonated with you, would you please do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button, leave me a comment if you feel called to. And the biggest way that you can support my channel and the labor of love that I do is by subscribing to the channel so that we can get out to more beautiful souls. By you liking, commenting, sharing the video, and or subscribing, it lets the YouTube algorithms and the powers that be know, like, hey, like, what this girl has to say, like, people are resonating with it and people need to hear it. So with that being said, I appreciate you so much. Thank you for spending time with me, and I will see you in my next video.